Stream is on. And I am looking here. Now look at here, friends. All right, we've got the stuff set up. Now we just need the players. Where is Ezra? And Jana.
We'd have a Dirk tonight.
Dirk is a maybe. I hope so. Dirk's big show is coming up. He is
A little early in the year for the big show, isn't it?
he is the titular character in come on, I'm gonna go see it. The murderer who ends up eating people, spoiler alert. Sweeney Todd. There it is. This is a steel trap up here. So yeah, he's been he's doing like really intense rehearsals, and they're going all day. I think it starts next week is when it goes on, or not this coming week, but the week after is when it starts. So Matt, I think that my family and I will be in Ithaca next weekend.
Oh yeah.
We might be. I will let you guys know if we are able to pop over. We're trying. We will see. There's like a last minute sort of thing we're gonna do. It's like gonna be a sprint. It's gonna be like drive down, be there for 36 hours, drive back, which is everybody's favorite thing to do. We'll see. Yeah.
That is always fun.
Sweeney Todd. I'm excited to see Dirk in it. It's a lot of like I guess super intense music scenes. And I think that the titular character, Sweeney. First of all, what a name! Who comes up with these names, Sweeney Todd? Maybe
He doesn't eat people.
What?
He doesn't eat people.
He does. Oh, he feeds them to someone.
He feeds them to people.
Yeah.
At the meat pie shop.
Right. Yes. I haven't seen it. I've only read about it, so I'm going to see it soon.
I heard meat pie shop. Are we talking about Sweeney Todd?
Hey, see, there's a guy who knows. Yeah, Dirk is the titular character in Sweeney Todd, and I think it goes up next week, and I'm excited.
Oh, nice.
Oh, thanks, Leadhead. That makes sense.
The Demon Barber of Fleet Street?
Yes, exactly. I haven't seen it. I've been purposefully not watching the movie because I want to go see Dirk as the title character.
Yeah, you shouldn't necessarily see the movie until after you've seen an actual performance of it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's very, Johnny Deppified.
Yeah. I thought the movie was fine.
It was fine, but it also
yeah, it's a different feel from a live action version of it.
Yeah.
Or a live play.
I saw like a recording with Angela Lansbury. Like that was like the first one I saw, and she did a really good job. If you remember, Murder, She Wrote and stuff like that.
Dude, Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Yep, Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
My God, I forgot about that. I forgot that existed until that was like a jolt to the brain.
Easily her best movie.
Yeah.
I mean, did she have many?
I think she's in Mary Poppins too.
Oh. Yeah, she's the governess, right?
Yeah, well, the mom. Is she the mom?
No, she's the maid.
She's the maid?
It's like the head, yeah, the governess, right? Isn't that what they call the head maid?
Yeah, probably.
I'm an uncultured lout. What the hell do I know?
Well, I mean, you have kids, so you've seen Mary Poppins.
I mean, yeah. I saw Mary Poppins before I had kids. I'm not that uncultured of a lout. It's got the world's worst British accent in it. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim charo. You know, Dick Van Dyke, who is still alive at 175 years old.
He's a national treasure. I hope he never dies. He's such a good person.
Is he? I don't know anything about him.
Well, I mean, like, I used to watch the Dick Van Dyke Show with my grandparents, so I have a very, you know, loving memory of him. Just
Being happy.
plus, I think he is genuinely a good person.
That would be nice. He certainly smiles a lot. That's
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard of anything douchey he's ever done.
yeah. Wait till he dies, and all the bad shit will come out.
Don't say that. I'm running out of heroes. Like, I got like 3 left.
There's always Fred Rogers. Fred
Yeah.
Rogers. I want to be more like Fred Rogers every day. That's one of my goals in life.
It's like David Tennant is one of them. You know, if I found out that David Tennant was a bad person, I think I would just be like, I'm done. I'm not watching anything ever again.
Yeah, he does seem like a really good person, and the other guy that he acts with quite frequently.
Michael Sheen.
Yeah, they both.
Well,
seem like
Michael
good
Sheen
people.
he's another one. Like, if he gave up, you know, if it came out that he was a piece of shit, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
He's a non-for-profit actor now. Like, he gave up all of his money. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he gave up like most of his money to just like he only takes as much as he needs to survive for the year, and that's it. You know, like, and he gives the rest of it away to either the production or to charity. And he's like, you know, I mean, I would say he's like pretty much an A-list actor. You know, like maybe B plus actor.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely a British. Like in Britain, he's an A.
Well, no, he's been in a lot of America. Like, he was the bad guy in the Underworld series. Like, he's acted with Samuel Jackson. Like, when he was relatively young. Yep, Dave Frost. Like, he's done a lot of shit. How's everyone doing? How are your weeks?
I
In
have
our
just
new
been
dystopian future.
Welcome to the worst genre, which is dystopian nonfiction. I've been just tremendously sick, and I cannot fucking get over
Are you
it.
feeling better? No.
I can't climb the mountain because the shit is in my lungs, and it's just depressing. And then like I have the stomach flu, and I was like, oh, I feel better, and I did feel better. And then today, everyone in the house like started feeling nauseous again. Like it came back around. It was like, no, we're not done yet. Have another round. So
Don't tell me that.
yeah.
I mean, you have the problem of like you hang out with basically kids for your work, and you have kids at home. You know, both sets are licking different doorknobs.
You just called our tens of fans kids. Come on, man.
Sorry. I mean,
Licking
mature
different
adults.
doorknobs than the ones you're licking.
I just remember college, and I know that like.
Oh yeah, in retrospect, all of you Champlain Plattsburgh students out there watching, just know that one day you'll realize you're still children. I'm 38 and I'm still a child.
Speaking of being a 38-year-old child, would you because neither Geldis nor Owen were here last week, would you all like to do a little recap for them? Because I think some important stuff happened last week.
Listen, we met that kid Aiden and his kid wife. And that was like, man, that social interaction got uncomfortable quickly, and then
Dirk was
sort
kind
of
of a
more
dick.
comfortable, and then like really uncomfortable again. I've been thinking about it all week. It's destabilized my whole life, that social interaction, that imaginary social interaction.
That makes me feel good. Like, that's a compliment for me.
For those of you who weren't here,
be.
we did start off with a long rest. So if you are not long rested, everyone should do that.
We began the session with a long rest, and then we continued on our way toward Sankiel when I think I'm relatively close with that pronunciation. I don't even have the dock up yet. So we arrived in the village. It's harvest season, so there's little vendors set up all over the place. Farmers are delivering their goods to be shipped off through the merchants. We found out some information that the disappearances are happening kind of west of the town, west by, I think, southwest, off towards the mountains, where there's some rivers, or a river kind of goes up. It's coming down from the mountain, so we're going to trace it back up into the mountain. And from there, that's how we're going to find out more about the disappearances and how to fix that. We met somebody named John, who's kind of a local.
Is
He
that
was
his full
the-
name?
I think they called him Big John. We didn't get a
Little
last
John,
name.
actually.
What? No.
Oh.
What?
I'm
Friar
gonna call
Tuck.
him. I'm gonna split the difference. He's medium John to me.
He was
Yeah.
so he was the closest neighbor to the family that disappeared.
But you're right. He was a tall, very tall person
The
with
big
like
fella.
whitish gray hair, I think.
Yeah, but if
Human.
we're going with Robin Hood rules, that makes him Little John.
Dirk talked to a squirrel.
That was pretty great.
Was
Yeah.
good.
We had the help of a couple of elven rangers getting up into the river heads region, I think it's called.
We also didn't kill things that we had a chance to kill
Oh yeah,
somehow.
yeah. We found some wolves and we left them
That
alone.
was a
We scared
first.
them a little. We
Our,
scared
our,
them.
we are mid-character arc here
I
for all
believe
of
it.
us.
That was I was honestly that was one of the more impressive parts of the night.
That we didn't kill wolves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why would we kill wolves?
They were in a house where other people had disappeared. They had taken up.
There was literally no
resident.
reason to kill the wolves.
Yeah, it was a family. It was like 4 adults and 3 babies, and they were clearly just trying to protect and evacuate
They were
their
socialist
babies.
wolves.
Yes.
Wait, you're telling me that we left experience on the table here, guys?
Yeah.
I think I did an intimidation check and just growled at them until they left. I stood in the doorway and growled
No
at them.
experience
You
like walking away from a
evicted
kill.
wolves from their well-deserved home.
They were
Yeah.
shitting it. They were shitting inside. They can come back. We're done here.
All right, I do have the notes from last week up now, so I'll try
Wait,
to.
we've just done 9 minutes of recap, and now you're going to look at the notes from last week? That's how this whole situation goes?
I mean, I'm sold at wolves shitting.
The
on
other thing,
whores.
the other thing that I've been thinking about from all week, literally all week, is I made an offhand comment at some point about an hour and a half in last session, and it sent Bill into a tailspin, and it was pretty small, whatever I said, but I had to apologize to everybody.
What was
I
the
can't-
what was the comment,
I've been thinking about it all week. I can't even remember what I said.
Bill?
We must plug
Do you
together.
remember how? Show us on the doll where Ezra touched you, Bill.
Hey, Snake Eyes, thanks for joining us. I don't remember what it was either, but it's not like I yelled at him.
No.
Did you say
no, it
Rome
was-
sucked?
We were being silly and a
It
little
was-
over the top.
It was something about like, do I have to like, I don't know, do I have to actually do stuff or something? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Do I
that
have
sounds
to
like
play
me.
game?
We were like Zerwin started to hint at, we did actually reach several of the households where the families had disappeared. We were able to discern that there was a kind of magical residue within the households. It seems sort of like transmutation magic, but not quite, which sort of means it probably has the stench of Armoros all over it.
Please do not include me in your Wii.
The squirrel that Dirk talked to was able to say that one of the families, they just walked out of their house with everybody, including they were carrying a baby or like a toddler, and they walked straight into the stream and started swimming upstream as fast as they could.
So they were turned into salmon,
As
or were their
in
minds
their
swapped with salmon's minds?
human
I think we said
corporeal
I think we
forms.
said something like that. They were going up to lay eggs or something.
Yeah, somebody mentioned spawning. It was
Yeah,
it was the thing.
2 steps ahead of you.
And we did, like I mentioned, we ran into some new, I guess you could call them squatters, but people who were taking the place of one of the disappeared families.
Other than wolves.
And we had a kind of strange interaction, because the guy seemed pretty innocuous at first, but he also really did not want to take our advice at all. So we just kind of yelled at him a little and
We
left.
yelled at him and butchered him, or did we just yell at him?
No, we just left. Yeah.
I take issue with that part of the recap because here's what actually happened. The party was like rightfully skeptical after all the shit I put you through, and you were like, "No, something fishy is going on here," which totally fine. But then they started like this guy was like, "Okay, look, I'm sorry my girlfriend yelled at you. Please come in. We're just squatters. Like here's all there was." He was totally upfront, totally see-through, and then they started berating him. And they were like, where are you from? Like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm from all over the place, man. I've been
Oh, that
traveling
you're
a
right.
lot.
That's what it was.
Was
And
there a drum circle in the back?
No,
Because then it's justified.
and then like basically started grilling him, and they were like, wrong answer, dickhead. And he was like, all right, fuck you. I've been homeless and abused my entire life, and no matter what happens to me, I'm better off out here. So go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
And like that
So
was
we
the end of
left.
the conversation.
And I don't. That's the last note that I have. But essentially, we're like outside of this house at this stream, and we know that people are walking into the
Salmoning
river
up-
and
up the-
starting to swim upriver.
To be fair, again,
To be fair,
the entire party was not berating them.
Dirk.
that's true. It was really just Dirk.
So if they're swimming upriver with a child, they probably didn't get very far. Are we thinking we are going to go after these people? Like,
Well,
I think we're at the last farm before the riverhead, right? That's where these people set up.
Well,
are
no.
they walking upstream, like forcing their way upstream, or are they?
So
I think
It
it's
seems really dumb. Like, why wouldn't they use the land?
excellent
Yes.
questions. Excellent
Something
and
questions.
there's no bodies are washing up downstream.
So they're not drowning, but they're walking upstream. Like, how big of a river are we talking? Like Mississippi, or are we talking like?
Down where it meets the city you just were, it's not Mississippi, but it's a pretty well traveled like throughway.
Like boat capable.
Oh yeah, it's
river.
it's like shallow boat capable all the way up to here, and it goes up into the mountains. And the farms basically stop when you can no longer put a really small draw boat on it and just shove your grain downstream. And so you're
Wait.
not. Go ahead.
So does that mean they are literally like they in order to go upstream they have to like go up little waterfalls?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. You aren't at the last farm yet. There is still
we're
one
not.
more
Okay.
farm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you were at the most you were
The
at the last
penultimate
farm.
farm.
Yes. But it was also the last farm that you had reports from.
Yeah.
And that's where you're gonna like so it's getting to be evening, and you can see that in the distance there's another one of the headwaters, and it probably goes to another farm. But you have no reports from that farm, so you're not 100% sure. I gave you a spoiler alert because I don't know why.
We should go check out that farm anyway.
Just to give you some like visuals, it's lush up here as you are in the foothills of the mountains, right? It's nice. It's beautiful countryside. There's less and less room to farm as you go further and further up. And each farm, as you've progressed upstream, has like carved out a smaller niche to grow things on. And it looks like even the most recent farm that you passed probably has also traded a bunch of furs and like animal skins and leather downstream along with their foods. The last farm that you come to, which now basically it looks like if it's a dry summer, they don't get to ship their goods down. They have to carry it downstream because you can see there's another path that goes from that farm to a spot downstream where there's a little bend and it's deeper. It's just barely deep enough here. Approaching the farm, it is really clear that it is abandoned. The door is off the hinges and sort of hanging. A couple of the windows are broken, a couple of them aren't. It looks like it's been a while since anybody was here.
I'll do my magnificent +1 investigation.
Just like scanning the outside, or do you want to?
No, I'll go in. I got a magnificent 8.
Okay. Inside, as you walk through the front door, it just looks like, animals and stuff have been through here. There's mud tracked through. It looks like there are deer prints that have gone through here. It looks like some coyotes maybe. It looks like at one point there was possibly a fox den that had been constructed in here, but it's gone now. With an 8 of investigation, that's really all you get.
Okay.
But it is getting dark, and there is a hearth here, and you could still, in theory, build a fire. It might not be a bad place to.
I'll start building a fire.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic and see if there's a similar residual magical residue. To reiterate, and upon residue.
I'll give you this one. It's just so incredibly faint.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a whisper.
So they may have come here first.
It's probably it's been a while since this group, whoever was living here, got called upstream. I have a few ideas. One of which is a few of us sleep in the house and see if we get transmutation spelled overnight.
Sure.
And the other is be ready to respond.
I got a 23 to build a fire.
Oh yeah. Actually, with a 23, you sort of look up the chimney and realize you're gonna have to jam something up there to knock out some of the debris before you start a fire. But you do that, and it's not that hard. Okay. So with a 23, you start a perfect fire. You're gonna be nice and toasty tonight.
Well we done. Could also just walk into the stream ourselves and start swimming upriver and see what that experience is like.
At
and
night?
If it tells us anything. It's more of the gloaming.
I'm wearing
right
full
now.
Plate mail.
I forget that some of you people don't just wear robes because you don't. Is
it a dry season right now? Do we have to swim it? Can we walk up it?
So you haven't. It hasn't been deep enough that you would absolutely have to swim in a long time. It's been waist deep and sort of less as you've gone upstream.
So eyeball deep for Ezra.
This is another. Yeah, this is another one of the kind of branches of the river. It's not really the main one, or is it just that we're so far upstream?
Yeah, now you're so far upstream that what's left of the river is just another stream. It's really.
Ezra will need a periscope still.
Yeah. So, just to be clear, all of these mountain streams, I described this before, but maybe I didn't do a good job. All of these 40 or so mountain streams all converge on this river, right? Each one of those streams carves out a little valley where you can put farms, right? And then that's basically where these riverhead farms are. And then this is the last one on what would be the main headwater, as it is, basically shin deep here. And if you got, you can put a flat bottomed barge and displace, 6 inches of water and probably be okay. But in a dry season, you'd have to probably carry it down to where it's deeper. Well, that's what I was trying to indicate.
All right, let's huddle up here. So, thanks for starting that fire, Owen.
No problem.
Let's see if we can get a nice stew going over that fire. Maybe. What do you think?
Sure. Do we have any rations left over or meat?
We
Do any
definitely have
hunting?
rations.
The Rangers left you with a bunch of pretty good food, remember?
Nice. Okay. Does
All right.
anyone have any broth?
That you might not have.
I mean, can we run off my 23 for
Shame
survival?
about the
Like,
broth.
cook.
I mean, yeah, you can throw a bunch of
Okay.
shit in a pot with some water and boil it. It's going to be great.
And then it becomes broth. That's good. Good eating.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
are a
So,
brotherhood here of. I mean,
God, you're not even a father.
We should have killed that
Well,
squirrel.
Strong dad game right there.
Yeah.
my pun game is on point. I deal with a lot of adult children.
Fair.
So the disappearances started approximately a month ago, right?
The first reported disappearances started a month ago.
Okay. And at this point, Armoros absorbed the Fey God like 3 or 4 days ago, right?
Jesus, was that only 4 days ago?
It
No,
might have been more like a week
it
ago.
was more
That
like a
Fey
week ago.
dragon.
A week, probably
Okay.
more like 8 days actually.
So
Yeah.
his indigestion is still going.
Because to me, if there's a spell being cast that charms groups of people and makes them wade into a stream or a river and start swimming up toward the headwaters, that to me sort of feels like a Fey thing. But like I said, it's not it the weave of magic is similar to transmutation magic, but it's not quite transmutation. And we know Armoros makes his own kinds of magic that don't fit in to the other schools. So
Like salmon mancy.
yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Salmon mancy. You can put that in the quote book. Like salmon mancy.
I'm not a wizard, so I don't know the etymology of the word mancy, but
Who's Sam and Nancy?
Good old Salmon Nancy. She was a wild one.
so yeah, I think there's a few different strategies that we could take. We could just walk into the river and start swimming upstream and see if anything happens.
I think we should take the side of the banks of the river. We should climb maybe instead of
Yeah, part of me wonders if there's some sort of like magical underwater cave
portal.
that only reveals itself if you actually really get in there.
I
And then suddenly you're swimming, and then suddenly you appear in an underwater cave, like a grotto.
as
It's
our fearless leader, I think you should lead the way. I'll stay on the bank though because I wear
Again,
plate mail.
Let's try that second.
What?
Let's try swimming second after we've tried walking.
Okay. And then
Listen,
so
Jana works hard on making her hair that fabulous. We don't want to wreck it.
brainstorming. I'm just brainstorming right now. No judgment during brainstorming.
um,
Alternatively, we could just sleep in this house and see what happens. If we all get charmed and drowned, yeah, aren't we going to
We
feel
also-
really
Can't be
good about our
charmed.
choices then?
this
Yeah.
is we think that the people are swimming here, right? Like, we have not veered from the, like, couldn't the people have swam upriver and swam in a different direction at some point?
Yeah, but we do know that there's that same kind of magical
Galdus.
residue in this house.
Galdus, roll me a perception check. Sorry, keep going, y'all.
We do know that there's that same kind of magical residue in this house. It's older, it's been longer, and the house is empty. There's not a family here. There's no farmers here,
Well, if they
which
were,
seems to indicate that they vanished. Let's look through the house and see if there's a ledger or a journal or anything like that.
I looked, I didn't find anything.
Fair enough.
What'd you roll, Galdus?
15.
15.
Galdus, while they were talking, you swore you heard something. Like a weird gurgling sound coming from the wall.
I go over to the wall where I think I heard it from. Does it look any different?
No, there's nothing there now. Maybe you're imagining it, you're not sure.
What's that, Galadus?
I just thought I heard something. Like maybe something was in the walls or something like that.
Like a squirrel?
Could have been a squirrel.
Well, it could have just been Zerwin's stomach. Zerwin, are you hungry right now?
No, but I'll take my axe out and just put it right in the wall.
Oh, so the problem here is that, sorry, I didn't describe this farmhouse well. This particular farmhouse is stone and then wood on top. So you can't just put so you would have to go to the second floor to stick your axe through the wall.
Oh, so it came from the stone?
Yeah. I mean,
Zerwin, what does this stone look like to you? Does anything
Yeah, I was
stand
going
out
to say,
about it?
can I do a roll for, I guess it would be history, right?
What are you
That's
trying
the
to
one I get
tell?
advantage on. Why the stone might have gurgled.
Okay. I don't know Yeah.
If it looks like special stone.
Oh fuck, we're in a mimic, and it's just finished digesting the family.
I get
Oh my
advantage on this.
Bill is that's gonna be the second house mimic, Bill.
Is the throw rug
Perez.
moist?
I got a 16.
I mean, it's local stone, but there is something a little strange about it. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you're like, no, this is from here, but it's been like worked kind of oddly. Not like magic spells on it or anything. There's no runes or anything carved into it. Just like
Do these buildings have modern plumbing?
no, the people up here don't.
Modern to the time.
Well, so actually, the Empire does have a lot of plumbing, but the farmhouses way up in the fucking mountains do not.
The aqueduct.
Yeah.
Okay. I explained to it that it's local stone, guys, but something's off about it.
Fresh local stone?
Um,
I don't think
Is
it's
it
that
like-
fresh.
or is it stone stacked like with mortar between the stones?
No, they're cut pretty well.
Can we take a look to see if there's any spots where any of the stones could be pulled, like for secret compartments?
You can do a investigation roll or a search.
Jana, can you do one of these too?
Yes.
Janice should definitely do it, looking for secret doors.
Natural 20.
God damn it.
I'm
22.
telling you, I already looked. I didn't find anything
Did I
out
waste
of
it?
the ordinary.
Is it a waste? Did I waste a dice roll?
Oh, no such thing.
Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely hollow in parts, Ezra. And the access is definitely from the corner. And when you go over there, you see there is a small stone that you can like pull out a little bit, and then like this little part slides open. Not very big. You might be able to fit through if you squoze.
Hey guys, look at this.
What?
I
I think if you could fit in there if you squoze.
Everybody make another perception check,
Do what?
please.
Okay.
Everyone perception, you said?
Yes.
16.
18.
16.
10.
That one.
Yes, Skeletus. Yes. Okay.
You have a
Owen?
+9 in perception?
Yep.
Like you still got a 10.
Doesn't matter more than that one.
Owen and Jana, what'd you roll, Ezra?
Also 16.
Okay. Owen, Ezra, and Jana, you immediately hear like water running down the walls now, but it wasn't there before, and now you hear it. Zerwin, you don't hear shit. Gelidus, like there is something outside that sounds like maybe some sort of monster approaching from the woods. Something like crashing through the woods coming at the house. Sounds dangerous.
And
Guys, there's something coming
water-
from inside, and I go running outside.
I follow him. I pull my axe out.
No, I'm gonna stay and look at
Wh-
this.
Wait. What?
The
I got it.
is,
Don't worry.
Okay.
is it
I'm Galladus's bodyguard, so I go after Galladus. I draw my sword.
This is even better.
Sure.
Now it's just Ezra and Jenna in the house, correct? Okay, perfect.
is
I
there
assume
any?
Dirk is there.
Yeah, he's being real quiet tonight. Is there any change in the detect magic spell now that we're hearing this trickling water sound?
No. First of all, how long does
Okay.
it last?
I think 10 minutes,
Yeah.
up to 10 minutes, and it can't penetrate 1 foot of stone, but it seems like this stone isn't 1 foot thick.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, no. Uh,
Okay. Hey,
go
Jana,
ahead.
you wanna
Can I
get into
roll
some
an
trouble?
investigation or something like that to try to figure out what's going on?
What do you mean? You already found the door. What are you trying to investigate?
I want to know why there's suddenly water.
I think we.
Uh,
I think we. I'm gonna climb in there.
Oh God. All right.
If you stay here,
No.
I don't think you'll fit.
yeah, Jenna, you won't fit. Like you
If
might,
it's
you could probably get half yourself in there.
Is that a good idea, Ezra?
no, which means yes.
All right, let's do it. I'll
So
stand
no, no,
behind
no,
you
no.
with a
Yeah, you
dagger.
stay here. You stay here.
I'll stand behind you and I'll
I don't.
pull
There
you out
are
if you.
few situations in which I want you standing behind me with a dagger. I suppose this
Thank
will
you.
number this in the ones where it's tolerable.
If you
Yeah,
scream, I'm pulling you out by your hair.
Ezra is going to
I will pay
don
big money
his
to see
goggles of
that.
night and climb in.
My favorite part is that you didn't decide to like attach a rope or like even grab your ankles. You just fucking went in. I love this so much.
It's gonna be great. Yeah,
This is a real Galladus move you just pulled, by the way.
I got all my spell slots.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Oh my
Galladus, when you
God.
go outside, the sound is completely gone. You don't hear anything anymore, and it's also very dark now. Um,
Where is it?
Zerwin kind of runs into your back, and Owen kind of like runs into his back, and the three of you
Oh,
kind of like pile up outside.
I can't see shit out here.
Is it like magically dark or is it just
No,
dark?
no, it's just dark.
I don't
Okay.
see shit, Galladus.
No, you see shit. I don't see shit. I'm a human. You're a dwarf. You see.
Here we go. Go over that way and look around back behind the house. I'm going to go to the left and look on the other side.
Who are you
Say, I don't-
talking to? Are you talking to
I-
me? I can't see.
I don't see anything, Galladus.
Here, hold my hand, Owen.
I thought you never asked.
Let's do it.
Oh my god, that's amazing. All right, Ezra. When you get you have to like climb in a little bit, and then you sort of go around this like little corner, and ooh, I have when you get inside, you see a very scared little girl.
She caused the gurgling.
She's currently like splashing water all over the inside from a little like canteen that she has, a little wineskin. And her eyes are real wide, and she's like trying to get away from you, but she's panicking a little bit.
Has my detect magic worn off at this point?
Probably or close to it.
And no magical aura on her.
No. Not any more than any little girl is magical.
Hello. My name is Ezra. I mean you no harm. There's no reason to be scared. Me and my friends, we just came here looking for the people who have gone missing. Who are you? What are you doing?
She like throws the last of her water like at you, and you like hits your face.
Thank you. I was parched.
She's just locked up.
Please, here. Come on out from behind the wall. It's going to be okay. My friend Jana is right here behind me. We have some stew going on the fire. We built a fire. Everything's going to be okay.
Show
I promise.
yourself, evildoer! I will cut your head off.
My friends Gelidus, Zerwin, and Owen are clearing the area to make sure it's safe. They're combing the region.
That bush looks malevolent. Let's investigate.
You can trust me. It's going to be okay. Come on out.
This is... Please don't eat me.
None of us are going to harm you.
I'm gonna harm the shit out of you if you don't come out. Gelidus, I don't know about this beast you heard.
Actually, because you guys went around, you can actually hear the whimpering of a child now through the outside.
Is it pitch black in here?
Yeah, it's real dark.
And she appears to be human?
She does.
That's a bad sign.
Do you
For
hear that?
fuck's sake.
And because she can clearly see me.
I turn around and run
Well,
back into Ezra.
you've let the light in from the fire
Okay.
that's in the room.
So there's a little bit of light in. Okay.
But you're also backlit, and you probably look fucking terrifying.
It's
Just-
masquerading as a child.
Here. Are there any like scrap stones like on the floor?
No, it's surprisingly clean, and there's actually something on the floor. Oh, you have there's some bones on the floor that have been gnawed. Not human
They look-
bones.
Not human bones?
No.
Ezra will cast light on his quarterstaff, which he's holding. So I'm just going to add a little bit of light in here so that you can see who I am and see that I'm not going to harm you. And he'll cast light.
All right, make me a persuasion roll now that she can actually see. Or
22.
charm? Oh, that's good. You promise you won't eat me?
I promise none of us are going to harm you.
You're gonna... Do you have any food?
We do. We have a stew going. We built a raging fire. It's beautiful. Come warm yourself by the fire. Get yourself some food, and tell us what happened. Tell us who you are.
Okay, Ezra. And she crawls towards you. And then
Did you say your name?
Earlier I said
Shit.
who everybody was.
it smells good.
Yep.
And then you hear the
Jenna,
gurgling again. It's her stomach.
Yeah. Come on, let's get you some food.
Gelidus, what do you think?
She comes out and she latches around your side because she's almost as
As big
tall
as
as
you.
you. Yeah. And she doesn't want to let go of you.
Like I said, I'm Ezra. Here's Jana right here. Jana, put the knife away. This is Dirk, our
Hi.
dragonborn friend. Dirk, don't say a word. And then Owen, Gelidus, and Zerwin are outside. They'll be coming back in shortly. They thought they heard something scary outside, but they were going to take care of it. Everything's going to be fine. And yeah, here, come take a seat. Ezra will take the blanket from his bedroll and wrap it around her, and procure a bowl of the stew and give it to the little girl.
She puts her back up against the wall and then shoves her hand in the stew and shoves a bunch in her mouth and then chews her mouth open and kind of spills down her chin. And then she's looking around.
Have as much as you want. There's plenty.
It's a very animalistic sort of response. All right, Gelidus, Owen, and Zerwin, you circle the house. There is nothing. You do hear Ezra and Jenna talking to someone inside.
We
Do
go
you hear
back in.
that?
Yeah, they're not screaming.
Yes, it's very strange.
That's what she
Ezra
said.
Ezra isn't being super judgmental for some reason.
Yet.
Yeah.
Ezra will call out, "Boys, you can come back in. There was a little girl hiding in a compartment in the wall.
What?
It's all right. She's eating.
Okay.
Things are a little tenuous, so please be gentle when you come in."
Okay. I'll activate Divine Sense. Is she a fucking demon?
She's not. She's a regular person.
She appears to be regular. She's not a demon or an undead or a fiend or fae.
She does look malnourished and very dirty.
Oh, what's your name?
Abby?
Abby, that's a fine name. Named after a very important building in the world. One where one can make prayer and find solace with the gods.
Yeah, that's what Mama said.
Ezra, I heard you rolling your eyes. Shut up.
You're not gonna swim upstream, are you?
No, Abby, we are heroes. We're here to protect you. You know stories with heroes that fight evil?
Yeah,
We're those heroes.
okay.
How did you get here?
I'm assuming she lives here and she hid.
This is my house.
There you go.
Where's mom and dad?
They went upstream.
Can you tell us everything that happened, Abby? From when they left? Or
Yeah,
right before that?
we're here to try to find out why people are going upstream
We're
and
gonna save your
hopefully to
parents.
stop it.
They weren't really them though. I mean, it was them but it wasn't them anymore. And so they went. I had to hide from them for a long time. They kept
Did they
trying
try
to
to
get
take
me
you?
because it wasn't them anymore. They took
Okay.
What
my
do you mean?
mama and daddy and then they came back and it wasn't mama and daddy.
Who
So
did?
are you saying that your mama and daddy left and then two other people looking like your mommy and daddy came back? Or do you say that your mommy and daddy changed?
I don't know.
Okay, were they here and then they were gone and then they came back?
Well, first, Daddy took Thomas on the hunting trip that they go on, but then when they came back, they were different and nobody noticed but me.
Okay.
I tried to tell Mama and I tried to tell Sarah, and they didn't listen to me. And then Mama and Sarah went on a camping trip, and then I hid because I knew that when they came back, they were gonna be different too.
What was
You,
different about them?
I don't know, they just weren't.
Okay.
They didn't. Daddy didn't smell like Daddy anymore. When he picked me up when he first got back from the hunting trip, he smelled like
rotten eggs?
maybe like I don't know, like dirt kinda.
Okay. How long were they here before they all swam upriver?
I don't know. A long time they kept trying to get me, but the first time I s- I spilled the bucket and it dripped down the wall, and the sound of the water seemed to make them stop. And so then I just every time I would spill water and they would stop.
Stop looking for you?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then they just
Did,
left.
okay. Well, you did a very brave thing,
Oh, very
finding a
brave.
place to hide and figuring out a way to protect yourself.
How far are we from the nearest point of civilization?
A long ways.
Yeah, half a day.
We have to take her back
Uh,
before we do this.
there is the other farmstead that has people in it.
Yeah,
Has
Aiden and Leanne,
humans?
and they were I think two others, right?
Did
There
I
were four
check
of them
them?
total.
You did actually.
Okay.
They
We
were.
should bring her to the other farmstead and make sure that they have enough money to pay for her and make sure that, you know.
She'd be safer with us.
Are you're saying we bring a child?
No, I mean for the night.
Yes,
it
obviously
is
for the
getting
night.
it is getting dark.
No, I'm not saying we transport a child during the night, but we will have to decide what to do with her so that she's safe. Like, we're not taking her upstream with us. We have to bring her
No.
back to people that will take care of her.
Abby, you said that your dad smelled different. Did they do anything strange? Especially after all four of them had changed. Did they do anything different? You said that you hid as soon as they left on the trip. Did you hear them saying anything strange that might have been like a magical spell?
Once Mama and Sarah came back, nobody ever spoke again.
Hmm.
Perhaps some kind of telepathic communication.
What
I'm
happened when you splashed the water?
They would like stop. I don't know why. It
And
was an
stare?
accident, but
well, she couldn't see them probably.
sometimes they could and sometimes they couldn't. They couldn't really fit in my secret place. So they would reach their arms in and try to get me, but then I would pour the water and they would stop reaching for me.
I'm gonna ask an out of game question. Because of Ezra's life living in the Feywild, I would think he would have an idea about like changelings.
Yeah, a little bit. This does not sound like changeling behavior.
Well, but the idea of some of people being replaced.
Oh, I mean, there's myths all over creation about people being replaced. That's not
Okay.
unique to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this this does sound more and more like it's got a kind of Fey smell to it. These kinds of disappearances and people not quite being themselves and um Abby, we're going to have you'll stay with us tonight and then we're gonna get you somewhere safe, okay?
No, I don't want to go. I'm safe here in the walls. No one can hurt me here in the walls.
No one's gonna hurt you there.
Well, hey, throwback to that gnome inventor where we sent her to the town and that was the worst choice we could have made.
Yeah, there's also no telling how long Leanne and those guys
Yeah,
before they walk in the water too. We don't know
yeah,
what's going
that's
on in
what
this.
I'm yeah.
I
Okay.
vote locker. I vote locker back in the wall.
But we'll make sure that she has food and
What?
water and well, we're coming back, so
I'm not. Listen,
We don't know how long this trek into the mountains is gonna take.
I'm not a logistics guy. So
We can't leave a child locked in the wall as the best option.
she's telling us she doesn't want to go anywhere.
She's a child.
and you're a paladin.
I'm a goddamn paladin.
Yeah, but
I think it's not possible for me to do evil or wrong decisions.
we're like it's also not a great choice to leave her with strangers
Oh,
who
did we not
are
vet them at
just as
all?
like
Are they just weird?
I mean they're strangers to us. We had 1 10-minute conversation with one of them.
They're squatters.
And
Sorry,
it didn't go great.
Why don't
You
we
know,
take her with
and
her with us? She can go in the backpack with Lerm.
Lerm's been gone
Lerm's
for a
not
while.
here. I
Mm.
think Lerm's still on the Citadel.
We still have his
no,
backpack.
he's still on Kryn. He stayed with Becky. Yeah, he's like the inn dog now.
There you
I
go.
don't feel good leaving a child behind in a house.
I'll go with you, Ezra.
Maybe we can track down
There you
those
go.
wolves.
We've got a pet child now. What could go wrong?
Yeah, okay. We're all gonna sleep on it, Abby, and in the morning we'll make the decision that makes the most sense and that we're all agreeable to. Ezra glares at Dirk.
Mm.
Um, do we have anything else that we want to do before bedtime? How many of us want to sleep in the house? How many of us want to sleep outside the house? Just in case something happens in the house.
She says that sometimes like things come in the house, like animals and stuff, at night.
Okay.
Yeah, not if we keep a fire going.
Ezra,
So
you
I
could
can.
come and be safe in the walls with me.
I could. Yeah. Yeah. With the bones and the probably several days of human excrement. I think it's best that
Excrement?
nobody sleeps in the walls tonight. Okay.
She does smell really bad.
Yeah. But after the stew's done, I'm gonna work on getting some hot water going so that we can bathe her. Jana, do you mind? No.
Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Owen and
Hey,
I.
hubby, can I help you?
Okay.
So why don't Owen and I sleep outside? I'll put up a spell.
Tiny hut.
Alarm.
Yeah, a tiny hut. We
Yeah.
can sleep out. We'll sleep out there just in case if there's anything
Yeah.
going.
Great. That sounds good. And then we'll set up some watches. That's the other thing is like whoever's on watch can just go out and get in the hut, right?
Okay.
Now I made Matt read the spell.
Yeah, I gotta read the spell.
I think if you cast it when we're all inside, we can all come and go as we please.
Yes. So yes, I can cast it. We can all go outside. I can cast it, and then you can come and go as you please.
Yes.
Including
So
the girl, or should we exclude the girl just in case?
I mean, she's just a girl.
yeah, include the girl. We all of our tests, our detect magics and our detect fuckeries have shown that she seems like a human girl. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
and then
just to be clear, last night's shifts were Owen and Gelidus and
I took one.
Zerwin. Yep. So
yeah,
it's
I think
Dirk, Ezra, and Jana's turn tonight.
okay. And so whoever's on watch goes out and sits in the hut. Whoever's not on watch can sleep inside. Or sleep in the tiny hut if you really want.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm going to save a lot of time here and say the most interesting thing that happens is that some raccoons come around attracted by the smell of the soup. And that is it.
Get out of here.
Are they dire raccoons?
They are not. They are just fucking raccoons.
Raccoons used to get
Sure
on
They are
horseback home. Now
engaged
it's
like
just too
dire
small for the
raccoons
room.
to me.
Everyone take a long rest. Mark it down.
Got my 3 level 1 spell slots back. Oh, yeah.
The morning comes bright and clear. It's going to be a beautiful day. There are some clouds in the distance. It might be a little overcast later on. Oh shit. That was not what I meant to do. Sorry.
Well, while you were gone, we won the game.
Oh, good. Good. Sweet.
It was way easier than I thought it was
Yeah,
going
it
to
was
be.
super easy.
Yeah, we figured out.
Solved
When
it.
Armoros didn't have any actions, it was so easy to beat him.
Sorry.
This episode was really weird. It was Angela Lansbury the whole time.
It was.
Okay. All right, you're good. Yeah. Abby actually sleeps and snores a little bit. But as soon as you start cooking bacon in the morning, the smell brings her awake.
Man, it could be Zorwin's daughter here.
So,
Right.
so gang, what are you gonna do with the child? Is this backpack child? Is this taking
How
her
big
down?
is she?
She's not large. She's like maybe 5 or 6.
Abby, do you know anything about how much farther up into the mountains the streams go?
Oh, Daddy's and Thomas's hunting spot where also Mama and Sarah went for their camping trip is only like half a day upstream, she says, reciting from memory.
Have you been there?
No, I'm not old enough to go.
Did they say anything about it? Anything that would make it an identifiable spot? Anything that would make it stand out? Or like if we went that way, that would help us to know that we're there?
It's where the river goes.
Okay. We're gonna go to that place and we're gonna try to figure out what's been going on. All right?
Okay. Will you come
What
back?
we're gonna come back. What do you want to do?
Have some more bacon.
Okay.
There's a group of nice people. I think I kind of mutter over my shoulder away from her. At the next farm down, would you like to go stay with them while we go try to find your parents?
No, I don't know them. I will stay in the walls.
Done. Okay.
Let's give her some food. Get her, make sure she's got water.
Yeah. Clean out her bedpans.
Yeah, find a bucket for her.
She has a bucket.
Yeah. That's where she kept the water. Etc. Ezra now starts to question what it was he was splashed with.
It was water. There's a well outside.
Okay. Yeah, so sounds like we're gonna go upstream to the camping hunting spot. Everyone feel good about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Half a day's journey. And we still have our quadrupeds, right?
Your
One of them was
horses?
carrying my quarter keg.
After
Is
some
it a
time,
picture of horses?
of walking through the woods as you approach the mountains, you come to a cave which has what looks like the river flowing out of it. Obviously, by that time, the river has gotten quite small. It's more like a little stream.
I took a second for my resolution to come into focus, and it looked like a real naughty picture when it was super fuzzy.
How I ended my career on accident. No. Uh,
Oh, and doesn't that cave look like a butthole?
I mean, I suppose all caves could be buttholes.
Yeah, but there's something about this one.
No, just a cave.
All right.
So, anyway, it's quite forested here, and it's clear that this spot has been used. Like, this picture is fairly accurate, but instead of just this picture, imagine a campsite that is really well used. Like, hundreds of years of people coming to this spot um, and
And seeing a butthole.
seeing, God damn it.
I think
All right.
Zerwin's future as an outdoorsy erotic fiction writer.
Who's ready
Yeah.
to penetrate the Earth's orifice?
You know what I think? I think that butthole could use a couple spicy oranges inside of it.
Holy shit.
Not it.
Only a couple.
Only a couple.
All right, so do we all want to go into the cave or
Not anymore.
I pull my axe out. Said, "Yep."
Yep. Okay, into the cave. This one's for you, Abby.
I can't
Don't say that.
fucking believe that just happened.
Bill, you've played games for like a really long time.
Oh
Of
my
course
God.
that happened.
Should Ezra and I go first since we're the smallest?
I mean, it's plenty big enough. You could fit Zerwin on top of Owen's shoulders.
So as I'm walking
I
towards
don't
it,
want that suddenly.
can I do like a Either a perception check. Yeah, perception check to see if I can hear anything from inside the cave.
You want to look at the stone, like at the cave's entrance, just to see
Yeah, to see if it's local.
if it looks weird or.
I'd like to do a perception check to listen to see if I hear anything inside the cave.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, natural one.
It's full of monsters.
It sounds like the ocean.
Your mind is so, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It sounds a little bit like farting inside.
I say to myself, I knew it. Okay. Yes, then as I get closer, I will do a... What do you want, an investigation or a history on the stone?
I think it's a history check. Per
Yeah, it
the
is.
species guidelines.
But
It is, yeah.
But what are you looking for? How are you
I want to see if
directing
it's the same sort of... If the weirdness of this stone is similar to what I saw at the house.
Well, the stone
Which
at the house was weird because it was carved to be hollow. That was
Oh,
what
I see.
that was what you were catching.
Never mind. I'm going to look to see if this is local stone or if this has
If
some
it's a
sort
totally
of...
natural cave. I mean, it looks
is
it, but
this-
who knows?
Yeah,
Is this
no,
a natural cave?
yes, this is a cave that is because water is coming out of a mountain and it is hollowed out.
We're sure it's not a stone giant lying down or anything.
All right, everyone get into the hollow mountain.
Okay. This is why we can't have nice things, because you turn them into buttholes. All right.
Always.
Was it a nice thing though?
I mean,
That's
it's
where
not.
it was a
it was a nice land feature until it was a butthole.
Careful. Hey, guys, don't derail Bill too much. You'll have to apologize to the stream.
Look at this. I
I
mean,
think we should all apologize
For what?
for just over sexualizing nature in general and every feature. And yeah,
I found this picture and I was quite pleased. I was like, this is almost exactly what I'm looking for. Like, you can tell that this was carved by water. You can tell that it's bigger than just the river made it, right? So millions of years, and now there's tons of space back there, right? I mean, it's clearly on some sort of
Bill,
hillside
I'm
or
warning
mountain.
you. The more you explain,
The
the
worse it's
worse
getting.
it'll be
All right.
in the end.
Never mind. You're right. No, you're right.
All right, let's go in.
Okay. It is dark inside. Obviously. There's light coming from the outside. The further you go in, the darker it's gonna be. Looks like the first room sort of like, I can't speak and like use the mouse at the same time. The first room sort of where the sort of main cave entrance is pretty sizable, maybe like, I don't know, 40 feet by 20 feet. And then there's sort of like a slightly smaller tunnel that goes back into the mountain farther.
Onward.
Onward and upward.
So you're just gonna keep
We don't-
walking back?
Well, can...
Are there any signs of people going back in
I was
here?
gonna say, is there any... Can we do a perception check or investigation?
Footprints. Fish prints.
You're gonna need investigation checks. We're gonna need, because now you're
And,
talking about basically in the main cave area. There's like dirt and like charcoal. People have built fires here. People have slept here. There's a ton of sign of people. If you go all the way back to where it becomes a smaller tunnel, then it just becomes bare stone. So there's tons of people sign in that main room. But then the further back you go, the harder it is to tell if anything's been here except for water. But you can absolutely try.
Can we do an investigation check to see if like how recent the most like recent people sign is?
In the main room area?
In the main room, yeah.
Sure.
I rolled a 4.
12.
No idea.
I did 19 on investigation. Can I see anything about who was the
About
last
anything.
person to go towards the tunnel or how long ago that was?
Yeah, there's been a little traffic towards the tunnel. And it's more recent than the rest of the traffic.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everybody that.
All right. So we think that they maybe came in here.
Go
How
back
tall is
there.
the tunnel?
Like 5 feet sort of in diameter.
Any strange odors?
Absolutely. For you. Nobody else smells it though.
Why don't I go in first with a lantern? Jana, will you hide and follow close?
Sure.
So you can kill anything that shoots me in the head.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's gonna be dark. You should be able to see well enough if I have a lantern.
I have night vision.
I thought so. I have silly human eyes.
Well, it's going to be really dark down there. Let me just, I'll just give you guys all blessings from my goddess. And then you can all see very well in the dark.
That would be very helpful, but I should still probably. I mean, well, it depends. Are we trying to draw out whatever it is or trick it? I'm not very stealthy. I'm pretty loud.
I sort of feel like we want to scope out what's happening first, or maybe send someone who can fight without ducking as the first person.
That's me.
Well, I was thinking, yeah, or Galidus or me.
But Ezra has the constitution of,
Of a dragon and a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
A dragon with,
I'm almost as tough as it's possible for a primary spellcaster to be.
You just said a few key phrases in there.
All right, Galidus, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I will cast Eyes of the Night and share dark vision for everybody.
Okay.
It lasts for an hour and everybody gets dark vision up to 300 feet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What
All
about
right.
magical darkness?
I don't have an answer to magical darkness, sorry.
I like to
So
think you
far,
have
it's just
answers for-
nice, normal, regular darkness.
Yeah. All right, so
I attack the darkness.
you don't have magic missile, doesn't work.
Neither do I anymore.
My character has gray eyes, by the way.
So I
Where are
think
the Cheetos?
Ezra, myself, and Jana, are we all going to go down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Split the party.
Everybody else is staying in the main room? Question mark?
No, I
No,
think we
I
should
mean,
all go.
we're all going.
I'll
Maybe
go.
maybe follow a little bit farther behind so you don't give us away.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's also, and it's you and Dirk especially, like, it's not easy for you guys to fit in this tunnel. Like, it's not so cramped, but like, it's a really awkward size where it feels too big to crawl, but it's way too small to walk. So yeah, you're in sort of like a really...
Galidus and my midnight yoga sessions haven't been helping.
No. Even Geldis has to stoop a little bit. And Zerwin has to stoop just a tiny bit also. Jenna, you have to like also do the weird, like really far hunched over thing. It's super uncomfortable.
You said it was 5 feet tall.
It's 5 feet in diameter. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's water at the bottom. So It's kind of
So I'm like
roundish.
crawling.
I'm only 5'3", but sure, let's go.
You can do it. It's just a little uncomfortable.
Uh,
Okay. It goes for a while, several hundred yards, and then you come to a 4-way fork in the tunnel, and there seems to be sounds coming from the different tunnels. Where you're standing, like kind of where they all meet, it's like a kind of weird,
echo chamber.
yeah.
Is anyone else starting to get vibes of when we were in that underground area in the nightmare and we had to navigate through the different passages? And Linda rescued us? Anyone else getting those vibes? No? Okay.
I'm getting
Dirk, you're a
horrified.
ranger. Which way should we go?
That way.
That was a really good Dirk.
Thanks.
Hmm. Is there water at this point? There's no water, right? It's just bare stone. You said.
No, there's water. This is the
Is the water
water
flowing
carved
from
these.
all of them?
Yes, but it's trickles.
Trickles.
Each one has a little. I mean, not like drip trickles, but like a little rivulet. Each one of these ones.
Is it obvious which way is deepest into the mountain, or not really?
Not at all.
Okay.
But there's noise, there's sounds coming from one of them.
Sounds coming from all of them, but you can't really tell what they are because you're in a muddy. They're all meeting in this little chamber where they all meet, and it's all that sound is echoing off the stone. In other words, to hear what sound is coming from one, you might have to like stick your head down that particular tunnel for a ways.
Just go left.
Works for me. We go left.
Okay. A few steps in, and you hear what sounds like claws on a hard surface, like the scrabbling of claws. That's the sound that's coming from this particular tunnel.
Let's go kill it.
How big are the claws? Can we tell how big they are?
Nope.
Can Dirk find any, stool samples or?
No, I don't see anything here but water and stone.
Do we want to face whatever this is, or do we want to move on to another passage?
Let's hear what's down all three.
4.
Okay.
Well, we came from one.
No. There's 4. There's 4 possible tunnels you can go down.
It's +4.
Okay, so it's a
tunnels.
5 corners situation.
Sure. All right. The next tunnel, as you take a few steps down, sounds like screams. The
Human
next,
screams?
yeah. The next tunnel, as you take a few steps down, sounds like laughter. And the last tunnel, as you take a few steps down, sounds like people drowning or like water rushing.
But there are voices.
What?
Do we hear like a and then like cries for help, or is it like
No,
just the sound of water?
it's kind of like the sound of. How do I describe this? I should have thought about better how to describe this. It is the sound of like really bad tinnitus filled with water, of like blood
Oh,
rushing.
it sounds like we're drowning.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we'll probably go for the screams, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if
sounds
we
like
take
a
it at face value, we're going for the screams.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen?
It wasn't the screams; it was the drowning. All right, we head towards the screams.
Galladus in front.
All right. So you get to a certain point, and it just drops straight down. And when it gets to that point, like you can see it that it just sort of ends because you have the night vision. And then when you get to the point where it sort of just drops straight down and like opens up into this little cavern, I need who's in front again? Galladus and Jana. Need you
Try
both.
Galladus, then Jana, then me.
Okay, I need the three of you to make dexterity saves.
Hot damn.
Are they within 10 feet of me?
No.
It's not going to matter for me.
Okay.
6.
24.
Galladus?
Oh, we should have had you searching for traps.
18.
Okay. Ezra goes flying off. There's a quick like burst of wind from your back, and the sort of water catches your feet, and you go flying. Ezra goes flying off.
Off
Into
of
the dark,
what?
off of the straight cliff into the darkness.
So I'm
As-
falling?
You fall.
Ezra casts Featherfall.
Okay.
All right, and then to save Ezra, Galladus is going to jump off to go save Ezra.
Come on, man.
All right.
The Featherfall hits you too.
It's dark. He can fly.
I can fly.
It's too late. It can hit up to 5 people.
Okay.
Well, then I want to come. Since everybody's doing it.
Okay. All
So-
three of you.
Galladus just jumped off, right?
No, I'm not going to jump.
Yeah. So
No, we actually all jumped off. I didn't fall. I wasn't pushed. We all jumped.
So Jana, Galladus, and Ezra all went over the edge. Owen, Zerwin, and Dirk, you were far enough back because they asked you to hang back to be quieter, right? That you can, because you can see 300 feet, you can see them just disappear, and you're not exactly sure what happens. All right. I'm going to assume that you want to start running towards them.
Yeah.
But if you want to do something
Yes.
different, let me know. Okay. Ezra, Galladus, Jana, the Featherfall hits you, and you gently float down. And as you pass the lip, the screams intensify, and then they get so loud they become deafening. And now I need you all to make a save, a wisdom save.
Seven.
23.
12.
I'm gonna get changeling.
Okay. 23, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Galladus, you take 3 hit points of damage. Psychic damage. Jana and Ezra, you take 6 hit points of psychic damage. And you all will continue to take this damage every round until you remove yourself from the psychic howling that is happening here.
Physic damage.
I'm going to say that it's going to take approximately. What's your movement speed, Owen and Zerwin?
30.
35.
Yeah, we'll say it takes you 2 rounds to get there. Because I doubt you would have been
Good.
further than 60 feet back.
Okay.
All right, you're not actually in combat, but I'm going to make it combat rounds. So think about what you want to do to try to get out of here. Where you've landed is just an abyss. Your feet are in some sort of water, and beneath it is something solid, but it is magical darkness, and you can't see anything except for the waterfall behind you and the tunnel above you.
So is it complete? So did we see ourselves going into the magical darkness?
Sort of, yeah. It just looked like you could sort of see what was down there, but then when you pass like a certain level, the psychic scream hit you and the magical darkness hit you.
Okay.
You can all make a quick perception check if you'd like.
Yeah, I would. Oh, there we go. 21. I think
24.
I'm taking psychic damage.
22.
Yeah, there are definitely bones at your feet. Lots of bones in the water.
Is it a magical effect, this psychic screaming?
Yeah,
I would like to cast Dispel Magic on it.
you're not there yet.
I would like to wait.
I'll cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
Are the walls smooth?
The walls aren't perfectly smooth, but they're not exactly like... It's like it was worn away, and it's sort of like a limestoney stuff. You could probably climb it.
Okay.
Your
Do you need me to
dispel...
roll?
No, your dispel magic doesn't do anything.
Oh. Shouldn't I roll then? Or I guess maybe it's not magic. Is that what you're saying?
You could... Geez. It is magic, but you can't possibly dispel it. And I can't tell you why, because
Challenge accepted. Okay.
because you haven't done any investigation.
Can I... Then I would like to investigate. Maybe make an Arcana check.
Sure, go ahead. Geldis?
20, dirty. Unnatural 20.
I need to know what everybody's going to do before I move on to the next round. Jenna, you're going to try to climb?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to make me a climb check then, which is pretty much just a dex check. Geldis?
I'm going to cast Twilight Sanctuary to grant everybody temporary hit points so that we nullify the psychic damage that we're taking.
Okay. All right. Next round ticks over. You nullify the psychic damage thanks to Geldis. Jenna, what'd you roll for your climb roll?
22.
You begin scaling. Ezra, you rolled well on your Arcana, right? 20, you said?
Dirty 20.
You're pretty sure you passed into another dimension or plane at some point.
Guys, it appears that we are no longer in the Publian Empire.
Which is why you can't just dispel what's happening on this plane.
And that's why that Dispel Magic that I definitely did and definitely paid a spell slot for and didn't cross my fingers, so didn't waste a spell slot. That's why that didn't work.
You know I can look at your character sheet right now, right?
Yeah, well then you'll see that I checked off a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
So we're probably in one of the hells then, maybe?
Or the Nightmare, or what makes you think one of the hells? Just because it's dark and we're taking psychic damage?
And there's like have you not
Bones?
carried the bones?
Ezra looks down at the bones.
And my socks are moist.
Can't
Obviously, hell.
You can't see.
Because of the magical darkness?
Ezra, hold my hand.
It's also
Where are
really
you?
hard to hear. You're having to shout to each other to be heard.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to spike the levels.
All right, Jenna. You arrive off, like you crawl out of the magical darkness and the screaming laughter.
Mhm.
You can now look down and see Geldis and Ezra below you, and you can look up and see the like cliff edge where you guys fell off. You hear now Owen and Zerwin and Dirk sprinting towards where you just were, but you can't hear anything Ezra and Geldis are saying. There's like a barrier.
Okay.
And they look way further away than they should.
Okay.
Like, you know, you only climbed, like, I don't know what your movement speed is, probably 30, so you climbed 15 feet. Like, you know you only climbed 15 feet. But they look like they're 60 feet down. Owen, Zerwin, you come to the edge of this cliff. You can see ahead of time now that what happens is it just falls off. You're assuming that your friends fell off the edge. You're not really sure until you get there. What would you like to do?
Does anyone have a rope?
You.
Toss it over the side.
Hey, I'm throwing down a rope, I yell down.
You guys can't hear anything. Jana can, though. Jana, a rope goes by your head.
Zerwin, hold on to it.
Yep.
I need to get. I was able to climb up. Ezra and Gelidus are still down there. I'm gonna throw a rope down to them.
So how far is she from the top?
Like 10 feet.
Yeah. So my rope is 50 feet long.
Okay.
So it should at least cross the plane, right?
It does. It actually reaches, like, okay, here's the weird physics things that happens, like, because Zerwin, when you look over the edge, you can't see anything but Jana. But
Right.
Jana, because you're right on the liminal space on the cusp, you can see when the rope hits the thing, it kind of bends and then goes down again, and it lands between Geldis and Azra, but they can't see it.
They
And
can't see it.
No, and they can't hear it either.
Zerwin, they're in some kind of other space down there.
So if one of us went down with the rope,
So if I grab the rope, can I slide down it back to where they are?
In theory, yeah. It looks like it.
All right.
I'll hold on to the rope. Zerwin, you and I will pull as soon as they're all.
Sure.
All right.
But you won't be able to
Lem-
see because you
Jana,
guys can't see
So-
them down there.
Jana,
But I-
tug the
tug.
rope 3 times when your guys are ready to come up.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hold on to the rope and rappel back down.
Okay, Geldis, how many rounds does
Belay on, I yell.
How many rounds do your temporary hit points go for?
It lasts for a minute.
Oh, okay, you're good then. All right, good, clever thinking. You're not gonna lose too many hit points to this. Yeah, I'm going to say I should require another dex check from Jana,
Okay.
but she should pass this, and if she does, well, there's always the chance of a fun botch. It's gonna happen right now.
19.
All right, well, yeah, that
Sorry.
that pretty much works. Jana gets down. Now you can't see either, Jana, and you have to scream to be heard. But with some screaming, you're like, fucking rope! And the three of you manage to sort of grab on, and then you do the tugs. And between Owen and Zerwin, there's plenty of strength to haul the three of you out.
Okay.
So you have escaped. Well done. Now, Gelidus, the temporary hit points wear off, so you did take the initial damage, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wasn't too much, though.
So Jana comes repelling in between us.
Yeah, but you can't see. You just feel her, and then she starts yelling. She's like, there's a rope! Grab the fucking rope!
I try to make my way to wherever she is.
Oh, no, you can feel her. She bumps into you.
Oh, bumps me. Okay.
She bumps both of you. You all landed really close.
I'm gonna grab both of their hands and put them on the rope.
How
That
do you know where
works.
my hand is?
She's gonna fumble around and smack you in the face a couple times first, but
Oh,
she'll get
God.
there.
Ah,
I assume it's attached to you still.
God,
Bold of you to
It's
assume
big.
such things, but true.
big assumption.
Well, we're starting there.
Do we
All
feel
right.
3 tugs?
Yes.
We heave, Bill.
Yeah, you should technically both make strength checks, but you should be able to do this.
I got a 12.
Zerwin, you're muted.
22.
You heave them up without too much problem. Dirk helps as well.
What was down there? I couldn't see anything.
Neither could we. There was,
Psychic damage.
yeah, things are screaming, and it was attacking the mind. It hurt.
Felt like we were standing on bones.
ZOINKS.
Yeah, and like ankle deep water.
It was in a different place because when I was halfway up, I could see both of you. But when you're down there, you can't see up at all. And when you're up, you can't see down. So something's weird. And they couldn't see the rope until I went down and hit them with it.
Is anyone terribly hurt?
Nah.
No, we're okay.
We can all agree that if we were the Mystery Machine gang, that Dirk would be Scooby-Doo, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Zerwin Shaggy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm Velma.
Yes.
Probably.
Go ahead,
So,
call
does
Janet
that
Daphne
make
to her
me-
face and see what she does.
Does that make me Daphne? That better not make me Daphne.
No. I'm probably
you.
Daphne.
I
Yeah,
don't want to be Fred.
because Jana's got a little bit more of the kind of himbo energy, believe it or not.
Yeah, you're probably Fred, and Geldis is actually
Yeah.
Scoob. Dirk is the van.
Oh, I was going to say maybe he's Scrappy Doo then.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Like, run, Scoob!
Zoinks!
So not this tunnel. Who wants to try another one?
See,
The laughing tunnel?
Does the cliff just like end? Like, is there a wall in front of us?
No, it's
Or
just
does the
an
cave
abyss.
continue? Oh, okay. Yeah, so
It's magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You guys want to do the claw sounds one?
Yeah, sure. Let's have fun.
Oh, and we could go drown if you want.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm in
Okay.
plate mail.
I'm just gonna let this play out. I'm also just gonna say one thing. I'm gonna metagame real quick. I gave you a series of hints. The game gave you a series of hints as to which tunnel you should follow. I
You guys
get
wanna
it.
do the
They
drowning one?
maybe were too subtle. Maybe they were too subtle. All right.
Repeat everything you've said up to this point.
All right, so you're gonna go up the clawing one next?
No. And we're gonna stop and we're gonna talk about. We're gonna waffle for 5 minutes.
And
What
then
do you
you're
guys
gonna take
think
the
the
clawing
hints
one.
were? You guys
What?
want to do let's do the drowning one. That sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do the drowning one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the right choice.
Yeah, because of the water theme that's been going along.
Yeah, hints.
The hints of the water. Geronimo. Let's do Zerwin. I'm gonna hold the rope and jump in.
Oh, we don't know what's down there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a paladin.
No, I mean, we don't know what's down that tunnel. We don't know if it's another cliff. We got to walk down the tunnel.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I don't.
Not a terrible idea.
Just to be clear, which tunnel did you decide to go down?
The screaming
The one that sounded like gurgling
Drowning.
water.
Okay, that was at least two different answers.
We already
Wait.
did screaming.
Yeah, we already did screaming.
You
So
did the
there's
screaming.
laughter, there's claws, there's screaming, and then there's drowning.
Correct.
We're going down drowning.
Okay.
You guys, what? You are you sure you don't want to do screaming again?
Screaming was fun.
I
I liked
didn't-
screaming.
I didn't do screaming yet.
That's true. Half the party didn't even get in. We should
No,
go
we're
back.
gonna go back down a different tunnel. There was nothing down there.
All right.
The
Let's-
bouncer said I couldn't go in because I wasn't dressed nicely enough.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna go on the drowning one. All right. So the sounds of of you drowning basically. All right. It is exactly the same as the last tunnel you went down, the entire way. And in fact, again, you get to a little cliff.
Okay,
When you
so
look
we're going
down-
to situate ourselves with a rope before I jump in.
This time, there's no Ezra, Gelidus, and Janna. You don't need to roll for this. There's no gust of wind. There's no slippery water. You're just perched on the edge of this little cliff.
Do we still hear the sounds?
You do.
I pull out my water skin and I sprinkle some water around.
There's water running at your feet, but yeah, it joins that water.
Nothing happens though?
No.
If I splash in the water, if I do a little dance,
Um,
if I do a little soft shoe.
That's good thinking.
if you dance around in the water a little bit and make some kind of extra watery noise, the sound does get a little softer. The drowning noise.
Okay.
And then it comes back.
Does any of us have thaumaturgy?
No.
Gelidus might be the closest one, actually.
I actually do.
Oh,
Should we try to make an amplified sound of water? See what happens?
I don't even know what thaumaturgy is.
It's a
I know.
cantrip.
The spell.
Yeah, I mean, I can try it if you think that might help.
wait, it's really a cantrip?
Yeah, it's a
It
cantrip.
is it, yeah.
Nice.
I can make a phantom sound.
That seems worth it then. How are you
I
going to
can do that
amplify
with
it?
prestidigitation, though. Or minor illusion.
All right, you can make the sound, but how are you going to amplify it? I mean, assuming you make the same sort of watery sound.
We're in a cave, it'll be amplified.
Yeah, the same thing though happens to Zerwin. Like the noise of the drowning decreases, and then when your cantrip ends, it goes back up.
Yeah, it's just instantaneous, so it doesn't keep making it.
Yeah.
But you can keep casting it every round.
That's a good idea though. I like that. The real problem is, and this is a real problem, there's nothing to attach a rope to up here.
Except for a person.
Correct.
Well, why don't Dirk
Zerwin's
and
strong
I
enough.
will stay up.
I'll
Dirk and I will
descend
stay up.
first. Because I'm a paladin.
Okay. You're gonna belay Owen.
Yep.
All right.
Can I try to climb down so it's like less strenuous on them?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a climb check.
19.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you flawlessly make your way down. The sound does drastically increase as you get towards the bottom, but then when your feet touch ground, it ends. And
I'm going to shout up.
You can see.
What do I see? Do I see a bunch of people?
Actually, yeah. Hold on.
Or is it like an undead nightmare scenario?
You see a couple dozen corpses that all have shit growing out of them.
Look at those guys.
None of them are moving. They're all just this had flowers on it. It's as close as I could come. It's more like fungus and roots. There's no leaves or flowering.
Bill, did you watch Last of Us recently?
No, I played that video game a long time ago. It's not quite like that, but it's I guess it's not totally dissimilar.
I'm going to activate Divine Sight. Are any of these undead?
These are all just dead.
For now. I'm gonna shout up if they can hear me.
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
A bunch of dead people with plants growing out of them.
Does it look like families?
Does it look like families?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're all dead.
This is a
That's not great.
pretty big cavern, and there's space for plenty more people in here.
What'd you do to him?
Orphan Abbey is definitely a thing now.
All right.
Is anybody else going to go down there? Are you going to
Oh,
walk
yeah.
around?
Yeah, let's wander around.
Okay, so again, you have the problem of there's nothing to attach the rope to up top. So either you're all going to climb down with the rope, or who's going down, who's not going down.
Well,
You
we
can, like,
always. I mean, the thing is, we always have Gelidus who can fly up with someone.
it's true.
Let's leave Dirk holding the rope.
Yeah, Dirk's holding the rope.
He absolutely will not fucking sit here and hold the rope. You'd have to literally kill him and tie the rope to him.
So you're saying we should kill Dirk?
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Well, either Zerwin, you or I are probably the only two that can hold the rope.
I'll stay up here. You guys can go down. Also, he climbed down. In theory, we could climb up.
You could, absolutely. Janet could
Yeah.
absolutely do it.
Some of
Alright.
us.
I will stay up here unless I hear you call for me.
All right, once you all get down there, except for Zerwin, who you're leaving behind, which is probably my favorite decision of the night.
I'm also drinking while you guys are gone.
Yeah, everyone's doing what they want to do.
Excuse me. This cavern is huge. I'm so sorry. I keep coughing. And there are roughly 40 to 50 of these corpse things here. Then, as you explore further, I mean, this is probably, again, like 100 yards, roughly circular cavern. And all of a sudden clicks to you. The water was flowing out the tunnels, and yet the water is falling down when you went through the scream tunnel. Like, that's not possible, right? The same thing is happening here, except for now that you can see, you notice the water is flowing up the waterfall, not down the waterfall. And then in the very, very far back corner, there is another tunnel. And it goes down. Not straight down, but at a decline.
Why do you guys think that these bodies are here like this?
Well, they could have, if they were all coming here, they could have all just wandered and walked right off the cliff.
But they're like set up along the walls, right? They're not just like lining the floors.
No, neither. They're in random poses all
Standing.
over this room.
Can we tell what races they are? Is it like are they all human or are they different races?
They're almost entirely human. There is a couple of half elves.
They're not the Rangers, are they? And yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems strange that they would all just be here set up like this. But I don't have any ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be some sort of disease or something like that, or a monster.
Is the
Yeah.
fungus magical?
Ezra would like to examine the fungus.
Okay.
Is my necklace glowing?
Yep.
It is?
Yep.
Is the
Oh,
fungus among us?
fuck.
What does your necklace mean?
Evil?
Something fiendish.
Just evil.
Demons, maybe also devils, but at least demons. I think Armoros is a devil, which would make Sapi a devil, and it glowed around Sapi, so maybe just fiends. I'd like to do like an Arcana check to see if I might be able to discern whether or not these roots are magical in nature.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to reroll that.
I wish you would.
It is an unnatural 20.
You suspect that at the very least, whatever bred this unholy abomination was magical in nature.
Hmm. Ezra shares this information with the group.
Your
So-
book is dead quiet.
Yeah, just like it was after we killed that. Hey. Oh, do these guys look anything like the demon zombie that we saw at camp with Lady Kamenia?
Sort of.
Hmm.
All right, guys. Things are getting real creepy in here. Should we keep on moving?
Do we want to have Zerwin come down?
Yes.
Yeah, Zerwin, you want to climb down, or do you want me to cast a spell and you can just jump down?
I'll climb down. Holler. So you need a dex check.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Great. You climb down quickly and efficiently.
All right, who's going to lead the way through this next tunnel? Probably not me.
I'll go ahead.
Okay. Need a marching order for this tunnel.
Geldis is going first.
Why don't I go behind you and check for traps?
This tunnel's big enough that you can walk two abreast.
Okay.
It's more like 8 feet in diameter.
We'll put Dirk last, and then I will be in front of Dirk. And
Okay.
then Owen and Zerwin. And then Gelidus and Jana.
Okay.
In front. So that was in ascending order.
Excellent. This you don't have to make any rolls to determine that this tunnel was actually carved. This is not worn by water. And after a little bit, it sort of curves and goes down like a real lazy spiral. There is mist that starts to rise from somewhere. How, you don't know. There oughtn't be mist inside a cave. And
It's great for the ambiance, though.
yeah,
Don't like that.
and then as you go another maybe 50 yards down, you hear intermittent laughter and screaming and clawing sounds, but no water or drowning sounds. And then as you come like around the sort of last bit, it sort of S's and turns the other direction. You see that it opens up, and there is a couple things you notice right away. First is the very large portal to some god-awful place that is in this room. And the other is well, rather than just describe it, is this thing. And it is, you can all roll initiative now,
God damn
as it
it.
appears out of the mist as the same color of the mist. It is laughing and screaming, and it has claws that are making sounds on the stone, all at the same time.
Initiative.
If someone could record initiative for me, that would be fantastic.
11.
17.
13.
Is somebody recording it before I start?
I'm
I
trying
posted
to.
mine in combat, if that helps.
I'm working on the notes, so if somebody else could record.
What did you get, Jenna?
17.
Zerwin, could you roll for Dirk, please?
I think he only has like +1.
Yeah, just roll d20 for him.
Zerwin, what did you get?
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted, Zach.
Zerwin rolled a 10. Dirk rolled a 3.
So a 4 for Dirk.
Okay, well, it's not gonna.
No, he rolled a 2 plus the 1. I gave him the +1. So 3 total.
Thank you.
He doesn't have advantage or anything, right, on that initiative roll?
No, it's just the one.
So, Janice first, unless the monster rolled higher.
She rolled a 17.
Yes.
That rolled a 16. So Jana, then monster, then what?
Monster. After that is Gelidus or Owen. I have a +2 to my dex.
I just posted everybody in order.
Okay.
Thank
that
you.
works.
Okay. All right, Jana. This is the thing that's coming for you. It's laugh, scream, clawing. That spot right here is a mouth that is surrounded by all sorts of sharp teeth. Can't tell if it has eyes or not.
I'm gonna shoot it. Because I don't like any of this.
Okay.
Sorry. There we go. 21 to hit. And wait, sorry. I just have to check. Does sneak attack apply yet? Not yet, right?
It hasn't taken a move yet in this combat, so you have advantage on your attack. That only
Okay.
counts for the first round. So sneak attack counts.
Okay.
The creature is not surprised, so any hit is not a critical hit.
Okay, so the damage is 25.
It's pretty good.
Okay, Jenna. It lashes out with one of its forearms and strikes you. It only does 4 damage, but I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Is Jana within 4 feet of me or 10 feet of me?
Yep.
Okay, so you get a
Cool.
+4.
Then 16.
Okay, you're good. Now that was its. Let's see. 1, 2. Galdis, it claws at you and misses. Owen, it claws at you. What's your armor class again?
21.
And misses. And Jana claws. It critical hits you.
Ezra, as a reaction, casts
Silvery barbs.
yeah, silvery barbs on it, and Ezra, so that gives the creature disadvantage on the attack, and I also will give Jana advantage on her next attack.
Excellent.
You'll probably have the sneak attack anyway, but The advantage is helpful.
It still hits.
Damn. But it's not a critical.
No, it is not a critical. And it only does 3 damage. But you need another save.
Wisdom?
Yes, wisdom.
With the 4 from Owen, that's 17.
Okay. You're good. And then it screams. And now everybody gets to make a wisdom save.
Everyone within 10 feet of me gets +4.
You're in the middle, right?
10.
I don't know where I am.
Yeah, you were in the
He
second.
was in the middle.
So that's everybody.
Yeah, I did bad. 10.
16.
32.
What do we get from you, Owen? +4?
Plus
Yeah.
4.
So I got a 8.
Is there an actual map?
No, sorry.
Oh wait, I
Okay.
gotta roll for Dirk too, right?
Yep.
What's Dirk's wisdom? Oh, he rolled a nat 20. Doesn't matter.
Jana, what'd you roll?
18.
Okay. Ezra and Zerwin. Let me just roll this. Okay. All right. Ezra, you are caught in a fit of uncontrollable screaming. And Zerwin, you are caught in a fit of uncontrollable, hideous laughter.
Am I frightened or is it a different ability?
No, it's a spell-like ability. So you can.
But is it like
fear?
Is it fear?
It's not fear.
Just making sure.
Yeah. You are unable to do anything except for scream.
Sounds pretty good to me.
As loud as you can, and as long as
Once
you can.
again, art imitates life.
Until you can pass your next saving throw. And Zerwin, you are unable to do anything except for really terribly, awfully laugh until you can pass your next saving throw. All right. Who's up? Gelidus, right?
Yep. So I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardian at level 5. Put that down. And then as a bonus action, I will cast Healing Word on Jana.
Thanks.
So Jana, you heal 8 hit points.
Okay.
And then I will go and move myself as close as possible to the creature. Telling it to hit me in the face instead.
That damage doesn't take effect until end of round, correct?
So it doesn't take effect until the beginning of its turn. So if it begins its turn in the spell effect, then it takes damage.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're playing 2014 rules.
Owen?
Bonus action, cast Branding Smite. I'm going to attack it twice. Do I hit it on a 16?
You do not.
Do I hit it on a 21?
You do.
Okay. 1 second. I will burn a second level spell slot into this. So
It's okay, folks. He's a paladin.
I'm a paladin. That'll be 48 radiant damage on top of everything else.
Oof.
It's going to take 14 slashing damage.
Do you think this thing has a name?
8 radiant damage.
Maybe Carl? Should we call him Carl?
So that's
And then 18 additional radiant damage. And it cannot become invisible. It is shedding light 5 feet around it.
So that's 78 damage you just did?
Possibly. I didn't count.
Well, when earlier you said 48 radiant, did you mean 4d8s?
4d8, not 4. It's actually it's much less. It's
Okay.
let's see. It is 14 plus 8 is 22 plus it's 40 damage in total.
That's still a shit ton.
Yeah, I'm a paladin. That's what they do.
Save lives,
Okay.
kick asses, and you're all out of
Listen,
lives.
Jenna can do the same shit just from behind.
Let's
Are we
cap
not
that
doing
sentence.
phrasing?
Yeah, phrasing is completely done now.
Phrasing.
Weird. This just got weird.
Not for the monster.
Okay, you Owen like plunges his sword right through this thing's like clavicle, and when he pulls it out, like holy light erupts from inside of it, and it is super displeased with that. How much radiant damage was it?
That would be 26 radiant damage.
Yeah, which is the only thing this thing is super vulnerable to.
I'm gonna say, could you please shut up?
It is badly wounded already. Zerwin, you're busy.
Well, that was my. Oh yeah.
You
Do
got
I
a check though,
do I
right?
get a saving throw?
Yeah, you get a saving throw.
Plus
Is it
4.
at the end of our turn?
It is at the end of the round.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna go for
It-
Dirk real quick.
yeah, it's a wisdom save.
It is, yeah.
All right, I got a dirty 1.
pretty good though.
Dirk
I've been rolling
smashes it with
very
his
poorly for my
axe. Dirk smashes it with his axe and does some damage. And oh shit, I forgot about its ability. It swings at Owen and misses. It swings at Dirk. Oh, it hits Dirk. Someone make a wisdom saving throw for Dirk, please. And he takes 4 damage.
He gets +5. I swear to
23.
God, if he does
23.
not take ability score improvement at level 12 and amp up his strength and dexterity, I'm going to scream. Kind of like Ezra's screaming right now.
Okay, he passes. Okay, top of the order, Jana.
I'll do my wisdom save. I didn't do one yet.
Yes,
I'm gonna share.
18.
18. You are released next round, supposing nothing happens this round. So right now you have a turn this coming round.
28 to hit.
You hit. What are you doing? You shooting him?
Yep.
And remember, you have advantage.
Everyone can make a perception check on this monster.
Even me?
No, sorry, not you, Zerwin.
28.
Not 20.
13.
Everyone who rolls above a 15 notices that this thing has slightly changed color. Who got a nat 20? Owen?
Yeah.
Your sword whispers to you that it's going to have different abilities now.
It's changing. It's gonna have different abilities now.
There's multiple people within 5 feet of it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you have advantage because of the reaction spell I did last round. So.
But also because one of us is engaged with it within 5 feet, you get sneak attack.
Yeah, you would have sneak attack regardless, but you should, if you
You should
didn't
also
roll
take
with the advantage, you should in case you crit.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. No.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Sorry, it's like not. And then. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Is your there it is.
Okay, there it is. Um,
34 damage.
Pretty good.
yeah.
Piercing.
What kind of damage? Piercing? Good.
Yes.
Unless you just hit it with your longbow, then that would be bludgeoning.
It doesn't seem to hurt it that badly. Not as badly as your shot should have hurt it.
Yeah.
So it has resistance to piercing.
Yeah, I mean, look at that smooth alabaster skin.
What color is it changing?
It was the color of the mist, and now it is like a more of a stone color, grayish. All right, it is going to.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Is
That's
that
true.
beginning of round or end of round?
Beginning of its turn.
Because you started in the spell effect.
Fucking shit. He botched.
Haha. All right.
It's a lot of damage.
Maybe depends how I roll. 27
But
radiant damage.
It's also radiant, and it seems like it takes double damage from radiant.
It did. It's changing.
Yep, it doesn't take as much damage from the radiant this time. Okay, that still hurt him though.
Now it can do whatever it wants.
Okay, that's a better roll. Oh yeah. Okay. A nat 20 to hit Gelidus.
I'm going to use my reaction again.
Okay.
To give it disadvantage, and we'll give Jana advantage again.
Okay. It misses Gelidus on the second attack. On its reroll. And then it misses Owen. And then it hits you, Ezra.
I was hiding in the background.
This thing,
Has reachy arms.
yeah, it can like one step and lunge and reach like 12 to 15 feet.
Suddenly, Ezra's screaming again.
Nope, it's a different attack now. You were
No,
going...
if this thing was lunging at me, I'd be screaming.
Sure, yeah. Okay, this time it does 24 damage. And that's it, no save.
Well, yeah, I mean, thank God I'm not concentrating on anything.
Oh,
Once again, art imitates life.
it hits Jana. Oh, you have... No. Yeah, no, it hits Jana.
Okay.
And it is going to do 31 damage to Jana.
But you could use,
And then
depending on the damage type, can you use your reaction to take half damage, maybe?
Oh.
Isn't that just for like area effect stuff?
No, I think
No.
evasion is for everything.
It does take
But
your reaction.
It's a reaction,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, can I use uncanny dodge?
That's probably it.
Yeah, I can use my reaction to have the attack's damage.
Okay, good idea.
16? 17.
All right. It also rolled, well, yeah. It screams again.
What's the save?
This save is, I should have looked this up.
Charisma.
Also charisma will be fine.
Constitution.
That's okay. Is it scaring me?
Am I at disadvantage because I'm still laughing, or is that
Actually, Zerwin, you're the only one who doesn't have to make the save.
I got a 13.
And we still get the +4?
We doing Constitution saves? Sorry.
Constitution save.
Bente Trace.
And we still get +4?
Still
12.
modded.
I got a 12.
Okay. Jana, Owen, Gelidus, and Dirk. I rolled for Dirk. Somebody else want to roll for Dirk?
Gelidus, I'm burning 10 daps. Reroll.
All right,
There you
27.
go.
Okay. Jenna, Owen, Dirk are uncontrollably scratching themselves to the point where you're doing damage. And you are going to do this much damage to yourselves per round. 7 plus your strength modifier. That was another monster roll.
Okay.
So I apply that damage now,
Yes.
Yep.
and then again next. Okay.
Well, you
I'm
get
so itchy.
at the end of the round, you get another chance to make a save.
Okay.
All right, Gelidus.
Does that take her whole action?
So who's not
Ezra and Gelidus.
Ezra and Gelidus?
The two of us.
Okay. I have an idea.
All right. I'm going to channel divinity and do Twilight Sanctuary. That'll be my action. And then as a bonus action, did anybody get hit?
Yeah.
Ezra
Jana
and
and I.
Jana.
Who looks hurt more?
Probably Ezra.
All right. I will throw a healing word at Ezra then. Heal for 11. Let's take 11.
Wow.
What's your sanctuary going to affect? What's the effect of your sanctuary going to be this round? Anything?
So anybody within 30 feet of me at the end of their turn
End of the
can
turn.
either grant themselves additional temporary hit points or they can end a frightening / charm effect. So I'm going to grant myself temporary hit points, ending my turn, and then it's 1d6 plus 10.
Ezra?
Ezra casts Mind Sliver on the creature. It needs to make an intelligence saving throw DC 18.
Tie goes to the defender, right?
Yeah, I think if it gets an 18, it makes the save.
Yeah, meets beats.
Bomber Summer. Ezra then uses Quicken Spell to cast Hold Monster on the monster.
Okay. How many hit dice do you affect with that?
It's a DC 18 Wisdom save.
I'm rolling like a champ. It makes that too.
Ezra looks longingly at Dirk as Dirk slowly claws his own scales off. End
That was
turn.
lucky.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go make another drink.
Zerwin, Owen, Jana, you can all make saves. Zerwin, yours is still a wisdom save. Owen and Jana, you guys are making constitution saves. You're still muted, Zerwin.
Nope.
Is my effect a charming effect?
It's just a spell. They're all just spells.
19.
Can I still give myself the hit points at the end of my turn, even though I'm?
Yep.
So it's 1d6 plus 10. You said.
Yes, 1d6 plus 10 temporary hit points.
Nice. All right.
17 is your target number for the saves.
19.
For-
8.
Okay. Jana is released. Jana, will you roll for Dirk since you just made your roll?
Sure.
And I'm still getting Owen's +4, right?
Yes, you are.
Correct.
Still didn't get it. I rolled a 14.
Jana, you are free and time to take the first action of the round. This thing is pretty beat up, but it is still kicking. Oh, and it's changing again.
How is it changing?
Changing color.
to what color?
Greenish brown.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it again, but I'm using fire arrows this time.
Okay.
Natural 20, so I got a 30 to hit.
That'll do it.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, this might be it. With a crit. So you're gonna roll your damage twice.
Okay, plus the sneak attack. Uh, 35.
Ooh. It's hanging on by a thread. Your arrow goes like in the back of its neck and comes out that hole in the front, and its head kind of like lops to one side, and it twitches, but it's got its turns. And fuck. Yeah, no. It was not expecting that. Shit. What's it gonna do? All right. Well, fuck it. It's gonna go down swinging.
Wisdom save.
Yep. What was it? What's the target number again?
Hold on one sec. 17.
It's rolling its saves very well. So to hit misses.
So it takes half, right?
Yeah, it takes half.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but you still do half damage. How much is that? And it's radiant damage again?
Yeah, 10.
It's dead. How does this thing die to your nasty spell?
So it's all like Fey, all various types of Fey creatures. So they're all just kind of like swarming in and around it, and kind of killing it by death by 1,000 paper cuts, as they cut into it.
And each one leaves a little streaming bleed of light as it goes through, of radiance. Yeah. Okay. There's no noise when this thing dies, and it bursts into mist when it dies. Doesn't hurt, but yeah, that's the end of it. It just silently poofs.
And nothing happened with like the zombies, because those are still around here, right?
No, they were in the last room.
Oh, the previous room. Okay.
You're all freed from your various effects.
What do you guys want to do about this portal?
I don't know how to handle a portal.
This is a now that you have a chance to look at the room, the floor is covered with the same mist. Looks like it might come to maybe like 2 feet of mist. And in the back there is a portal of looks like carved stone, and through it is almost certainly one of the 9 hells. But yeah. The room itself is finely carved stone. There are like ritual benches that are sort of standing up above the mist, but you can't see anything below the mist. And the walls are covered on all sides in weird carvings. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, the portal that we found under Drunal Hall was also to one of... No? Was that to the Abyss?
Yeah, this is... You're not... like, the point is these are very different. That one was...
Yeah.
That one was made by the being that makes portals. There's a type of demon that makes portals.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just kind of wanted to make sure I was hearing things clearly. Okay. Well, folks, we got to figure out what to do about this thing.
You're still up above, and then there are stairs that go down from the ramp that you're on into the room, and it's the other side of the portal is dark. You can barely make out what's happening on the other side.
Shall we approach? Jana, can you check the stairs for traps?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Doesn't seem to be any traps on here. As you make your way down to the floor, we're almost done here, guys. We got to call it soon. As you make your way down to the floor, and you wade into the misty fog, you realize that the floor is kind of weirdly spongy when it shouldn't be, because everything else here is stone. But you can't see through the super thick misty fog stuff. You also see, as you sort of approach the portal, that on the other side are like 5 or 6 more of those beings that you just fought, and they're like trying to get through, but they can't, and you're not sure why. And that's probably a good place to end, right there, as you were staring into a portal of hell.
Who is hurting in terms of hit points?
I'm doing all right again. I'm not at max, but I'm doing fine.
How far are you down?
I'm down 19.
I'm just gonna heal you, dude.
I'm down
just gonna
30.
heal you, dude. Yeah, heal Jana.
You're down 30.
Yeah.
I was up 16 at the end.
Look at you.
Perfect
forgot
action
about
economy
Jana, you're
in that
full
last fight.
as well.
Thank you. I forgot about the temporary hit points. That probably changed it.
I'd just like to point out
Whatever.
that Owen's Danger Awesome points saved the group, because Geldis' spell wouldn't have gone off, because it would have ended, and both of Ezra's by chance failed, which means
I
all
would
of
have
you
had
would have
another
been
turn though.
maybe. It wasn't empty on its bag of tricks. So
And neither was I. Come on, man. We gotta
It would've
stop
gone
acting
before
like
you,
I don't have a literal bag full of tricks.
you do, but you had to wait another round to have your turn again. And it goes before you. Don't forget that. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, age before beauty.
Yeah, treachery too. Give each other Danger Awesome points. I'm gonna give one to Owen for that reason.
That's good because I'm out now.
I'm gonna give mine to Galidus for jumping into the abyss and for essentially winning that fight for us.
I'll give mine to Galidus as well. Actually, I'm gonna give mine to Jana this time because you did some badass like sneak attack shit.
I'm
Okay,
giving
fine.
mine to Ezra because he did the notes by himself today because my computer was being weird.
Yeah. Thankfully there wasn't a lot to try to keep track of for once.
And we're gonna go
I
back and save Orphan Annie.
And also you did something cool, but I don't remember what it was now.
I don't know that I did. I'm gonna give mine to Owen because he spent so many.
I was gonna give mine to Owen for coming, spending him on me, and then also doing a crap ton of damage to the bad guy at the very end,
Yeah, that was
and
a gnarly hit.
always following along on my terrible ideas.
I will follow you to death, my friend.
Yeah, that radiant damage plus the piercing really. It ended up. I think you said it was only like 40 damage. It ended up being 78 damage. because he took extra damage from the radiant. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. All right, good job, everyone. You survived, and you figured out the stuff. Zoinks! It was a Scooby-Doo mystery.
We should always follow the gurgling stomach.
Yeah, gurgling stomach. There was someone that was really hungry. There was the mist. There was a mystery. Anyway, who was behind it all? It was just a cranky old man. All right, I'm going to end the stream. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for
Right.
watching.
Everybody.